Do you need a cheap set of wheels for 2024? You want to buy a new car this year? Worried about spending lots of money trying to find the best value out there? Man, I got all these details for you in this video. I have new cars versus used cars, which holds a value, which doesn't, which lost their butt 1 year. Trust me, whopping $65,000 difference in one vehicle year over year. Crazy details. Hey, it's Tim. Let's talk cars. I usually talk trucks like my truck channel, but we're talking cars in this one. And I'm going to my friends over at iccars.com. And I have the study pulled up and I've been reading it. So let me scroll up for a second. And I'll put a link in the description below. You can read it for yourself as well. But I want to go through some details in the study. And as somebody who's been covering the automotive industry now for over a decade, I'll give you some details I have as well to share. So this story comes out right around tax returns, but I figure this video is going to be out here for quite a while. They have some highlights of this study. The average used car cost $5,778 or 12.8% less than its new car equivalent. So that's kind of interesting. And by the way, if you don't know iccars.com, it's basically a cars.com kind of site. You can go research vehicles, you can shop for them, you can buy them all on this website. They do some really interesting studies, which I'd like to share with you, the audience, because you think you're interested. I'm interested in stuff. I'm guessing you are too. So the number one vehicle to buy used over new is Mercedes-Benz EQS. Now this loses 47% of its value year over year, pricing at $65,000 below its new car cost after just 1 year. Yikes. That's a big yikes. What's Mercedes-Benz EQS? You ask. I pulled it up. It is this fully electric sedan from Mercedes-Benz. It starts at $104,400 and loses 65%, $65,000 year over year. So people who bought that car are losing their butts. They're drowning in debt year over year. The Nissan Leaf, Jaguar F-Pace, Alfa Romeo Giulia, and Kia EV6 all lost for 33% in value after 1 year, making them excellent, lightly used car values. So this is the reverse thinking, right? So they lost a bunch of value. That means you, as a smart, savvy used car buyer, should be buying these, not these used, not new. Number one vehicle to buy new over used, though, new over used, is a Land Rover Range Rover, which is the longest name ever. The used version actually costs $4,000 more than a brand new model. So that's pretty crazy. The Kia Rio, Mercedes-Benz G-Class, G-Wagon, Ford Maverick, Toyota Sequoia all lost less than 5% in cost after 1 year, making them better new car purchases. 8 out of the 20 best cars to buy or used are electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are not holding their resale value. They just been covering this for a little while. 6 out of the top 20 best cars to buy newer hybrids, with 2 Teslas making the buy new over used list. This is really interesting. So pricing continues to be a major factor. The average new car costs $45,000. If you're going to go buy one today, sorry if I hit the mic. Lost 12, and so looking at these details, and what they did was they analyzed. This is an important thing. Analyzed over 1.6 million new and lightly used cars to determine which used models offer the biggest savings compared to new, and which lightly used vehicles are so pricey that buyers should skip the used versions and buy new. The rankings offering starting point for shoppers to narrow down your choices. We're doing here. We're going to talk about choices. So 20 cars to buy, lightly used, 1 year models with the biggest savings. So topping list, the Mercedes-Benz EQS, right? The sedan, 47%. You're looking at the difference new versus used, $65,000. So used price is $71,231, which means this $104,000 price point must be not many options. So if you can find one of a Mercedes-Benz EQS, you may want to consider buying it. Nissan Leaf, Jaguar F-Pace, we saw the Alfa Romeo Giulia, Kia EV6. So what else is on there? Hyundai Ioniq 5, that's an EV. Volkswagen ID4, that's an EV. Alfa Romeo Stelvio, that's interesting. There's 2 Alfa Romeos on the list. And really, I mean, Alfa's not doing a lot in the United States. They're just not a big brand. So I wonder if the name recognition is hurting their resale value. Nissan Murano, which is actually going to stick around. We have a story that we've written on our truck side about what you can expect. Mercedes-Benz S-Class, another luxury SUV, or excuse me, another luxury car. Dodge Durango, the BMW 7 Series. Dodge Challenger, which is shocking that the Challenger is losing money considering it's dead after this year. And a lot of people who are muscle car fans are buying the V8 version of Challenger because it's going away, and it'll be EV or the Hurricane Inline 6 only options. The Ford Mustang Mach-E, which is down quite a bit, and Ford's been playing around with the pricing on that Mach-E. They've been dropping the price, trying to figure out they're trying to figure out where they can sell that, still make a profit, and have people buy it, and not kill the resale value. And there's a lot of stuff going on. The Ram 1500 Classic has lost quite a bit of money. That is basically the prior generation of the Ram truck, and that's dead after this model year too. So it's 2024 is the last year you can buy that one. The Infiniti QX80 is down, which is not so surprising because a new one just got unveiled last week in New York Auto Show. There's if you're looking for that guy, you might buy used because new one comes out, which is usually what happens since price is down. Audi A3, Chevy Bolt EUV, Chevy Bolt EV. Now those are both been discontinued and brought back, and so there's always come back and forth with that. Audi A4, another German car there. So we have some German cars, Mercedes-Benz, BMW. Had the Dodge Challenger stands out kind of weird, and I would say the rest kind of makes sense. 20 cars to buy new. Cars that cost so much used, might as well buy them new. We talked about Land Rover, Range Rover, right? The Kia Rio, which I had to look up. I hadn't seen a Kia Rio in a long time. It's a bold subcompact sedan. So the Kia Rio is really, and we'll get more to this in a little bit. It's actually pretty good value. Mercedes-Benz G-Class, you can actually buy a new one versus used, better. Ford Maverick Hybrid, those have been hard to find. People have been buying them up, and they've been selling for over sticker at dealerships as well. And I can see the retail market is saying, "Hey, we still want this." You are paying used more for used than new. Toyota Sequoia Hybrid, hard to find. Toyota Corolla Hybrid and Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. The Corolla Hybrid and the RAV4 Hybrid have been out for a while. I just think it's Toyota has a way of holding value more than anybody else, just through their legendary status as having the most reliable vehicles out there. Honda Civic, which is a great option for $26,000. Kia Sportage Hybrid, the Tesla Model X, Nissan Versa, which is an inexpensive little car as well. The Honda CR-V Hybrid, Toyota Corolla Hatchback, Chevy Tahoe, Tesla Model Y, Chevy Corvette, which the Corvettes you can buy. That makes some sense. It's the less fast vehicle, not very many manufactured. Chevy Traverse, that one doesn't make sense to me. GMC Sierra 1500 doesn't make sense to me either, and Honda Civic Hatchback doesn't make sense. But let's get down to the stuff we're going to buy in a budget. If you're going to buy in a budget, you're going to say, "Hey, Tim, I only got $20,000. What should I buy?" So if you're going to buy a used vehicle for under $20,000, Nissan Leaf comes to mind. Mitsubishi Mirage G4 comes to mind. Though those are used versus new, you can get quite a bit of savings, especially in Nissan Leaf. And if you buy it, you do get extended warranty or you get the warranty for the battery from the U.S. government. They mandated manufacturers have a longer warranty on the battery, so that's not a bad option to buy. But the top cars to buy, new versus used, under $20,000. Name of this video. Spend all this time talking about it. Let's go to it. The Kia Rio. This guy. If you're looking for a really inexpensive car under $20,000 that holds its value, Kia Rio. You have a little four-cylinder, doesn't put out much horsepower, but again, little compact car. Kia has one of the best warranties in the automotive market. And yeah, there you go. Under $20,000, which is interesting. I haven't seen a Kia Rio in a long time. Looking at the $20,000 to $30,000 budget range, top cars to buy, lightly used versus new: Nissan Murano, Audi A3, the Chevy Bolt EV, and then a mini hardtop. And I know there are a lot of mini fans out there, and it's a really minis are interesting little vehicles. I've driven quite a few of them over the years. They're fun. It's a whole different atmosphere inside the cabin. I would say the Chevy Bolt is probably one of the ones to get in that list. I've driven it. I think it's a fantastic little vehicle for what it is. For what it's neat, what if you're buying it for that reason of having an EV, small EV, I think it works pretty well. Looking at the top cars to buy, new versus slightly used. So the ones to buy new versus slightly used: Toyota Corolla Hybrid, Toyota holds their value. Honda Civic, makes sense there. Honda's known to be a really reliable company. Nissan Versa, Nissan's had some good luck with a lot of their SUVs, cars and SUVs for reliability too. The Nissan Frontier, by the way, ranks right behind the Toyota Tacoma in reliability. So Nissan is very reliable vehicles. Toyota Corolla Hatchback and Nissan Sentra. So you have basically the top five are dominated by three companies that are known for building reliable vehicles. Looking at the $30,000 to $40,000 budget, Alfa Romeo Giulia is a good one to buy used versus new. Kia EV6, another midsize SUV that is electric. Hyundai Ioniq 5 electric. Volkswagen ID4 electric. Alfa Romeo Stelvio. So some Alphas in there, and then really some EVs, right? So and the Kia EV6, if you haven't seen that one, I'll pull it up. That's what you're looking at there, and that's been a people really have liked that. We've done some videos on that, and the people, it's a unique look. It stands out when you're driving around. That and the Hyundai Ioniq 5 are both head turners for a lot of people. Looking at the top cars to buy new versus used for the 30 to $40,000 price range. Ford Mavericks dominate again. Toyota RAV4 hybrid. If you get that hybrid, you can get the prime version of it too, which is a plug-in version. People have been it's hard to find those. People have been buying those up like crazy. Kia Sportage hybrid, Honda CRV hybrid. Why did, I should go back to Toyota RAV4. When you look at that vehicle, you have electric only range, you have gas range. You can plug it in if you want to. It seems like a really hot vehicle, and I've driven it, and it's a seamless system. It really is a really nice system. And I've done Honda CRV hybrid for years, covered that for years. A good SUVs there. Ford Maverick is still sought after. It's stepping up next budget range, 40 to 50,000. Dodge Durango, Audi Q5 Sportback, Jeep Wrangler Hybrid, Lincoln Nautilus, Mercedes-Benz GLC. Used versus new. So the Wrangler's not holding the value in the hybrid. It's a 4xe. That's not a surprise to me that there have been some big changes to Jeep Wrangler and that 4xe, and it's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like as hot as they thought it was going to be. And Dodge Durango and the other vehicles are your more luxury vehicles as well. So let's wrap this up. So looking at new versus used, 40, 50,000 in a range. Tesla Model Y, Chevy Traverse, Kia Carnival, Toyota Tacoma, and Kia Telluride. Those are all ones you should buy new over used. I've had people complain to me for years about the Toyota Tacoma specifically because they want to just buy it and they go to buy a used one. It costs more than a new one. And that's been the way it's been for a long period of time. So if you're looking for that list of $20,000 vehicle, I mean, Kia Rio, if you can find one, man, what a good bargain. And then any of the Toyota cars and Honda cars are really where you want to be. And where you want to stay is here on the channel. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, check it out. I'll check out the videos over here. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.